Well, joining now from Madison, Professor James Fetzer with the University of Minnesota Duluth. Professor, thank you for being with us. The U.S. is saying that the provision of lethal weapons aims at deterring further aggression. How can lethal weapons deter aggression?
Well, this is disgraceful conduct on the part of the United States. The Javelin is a fire and forget anti-tank weapon, meaning it's self-directed. It's a heat-seeking missile, very effective against tanks. But we learned from Barack Obama in 2015 that the United States had spent $5 billion creating unrest in the Ukraine to drive out the democratically elected president by riots in 2013 and a coup in 2014 to install a group that Professor Francis Boyle, an international human rights expert, has described as a neo-Nazi group. This is outrageous behavior. Obama was following the Zbig-Brzezinski line outlined in the Grand Chessboard that the Ukraine is the breadbasket of Russia, so that if you can divorce Ukraine from Russia, you've greatly weakened the bear. This is shameless behavior, especially given the solemn agreements into which the United States entered with Mikhail Gorbachev regarding the dissolution of the Soviet Union, according to which the United States agreed it would make no effort to transform the Balkan nations, the Eastern Bloc nations, into allies of the West. If the Soviet Union were to surrender its control of those regions, we have in fact done precisely the opposite.
And Professor, what is, in your opinion, the solution to the Ukraine problem?
Well, Barack Obama actually claimed that Ukraine had the right to determine its own future. The United States had no business conducting this intervention. The best thing we could do would be to support the Ukrainians to regain control of their own nation. In Iran, of course, we effected a coup in 1953 that deprived the Iranians of their democratically elected government, which they were unable to recapture until 1979. Let me draw a parallel. Suppose that Russia somehow was able to intervene in Canada and bring about a coup and install an anti-American government in Canada and then supply them with sophisticated weapons. The United States wouldn't like that one bit. But Russia hasn't entered into solemn agreements with the United States that would preclude doing that. We entered into those solemn agreements with the then Soviet Union, and we have violated them again and again and again by installing sophisticated weapon systems on the border of Russia. The United States is an unworthy, untrustworthy partner in international affairs, and these actions only further disgrace the United States in the eyes of the world.
All right, thank you for your thoughts, Professor James Fetzer, joining me from Madison, professor with the University of Minnesota Duluth.